back. Nothing can hold me back. You know, like I said, I had to step back, regroup, get a new team, and came back strong.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to be Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit.
Floyd Mayweather has responded sharply to Terence Crawford's recent declaration that he is the greater fighter. However, elite champions such as Dmitry Bivol, Alexander Usyk, and Artur Beterbiev have all agreed that Terence Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world today, praising his unrivaled skill set, adaptability, and ability to dominate across multiple weight classes against top-tier competition.
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing. And
he said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
really? Is that good?
How to learn boxing, you know?
Really?
For me, pound for pound, #1 is Terence Crawford. I like this man, it's a great fighter.
I think it's Crawford first.
Furthermore, Terence Crawford stated that he never anticipated himself fighting Floyd Mayweather, emphasizing that he has always been a genuine fan and supporter rather than someone who judges fellow boxers. He made it clear that he never considered a fantasy battle with Mayweather, claiming that viewing another fighter as competition without justification makes him jealous, something he has never felt for Floyd.
Type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Well, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
However, Max Kellerman pointed out that while Floyd Mayweather's CV is indisputably longer with more famous names and accomplishments, he was frequently picky about the timing of his fights once he progressed beyond lightweight. Kellerman stated that while Mayweather's skill, speed, and defense were superior, detractors believe he avoided certain opponents at their best. In contrast, he stated that Terence Crawford, while having a slimmer resume, has repeatedly demonstrated a willingness to confront anyone at any time, lending credence to his pound-for-pound greatness.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference to...
Furthermore, Bob Arum stated that in a prime versus prime contest between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Bud Crawford, he believes Crawford will win. He added that Crawford is a one-of-a-kind fighter with abilities and agility that opponents are unfamiliar with. Arum underlined Crawford's ability to swap stances fluidly, which fighters rarely prepare for, and said his versatility and talent make him an extraordinary and surprising challenge in the ring.
Would have won Crawford and Mayweather, prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, you know, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. And, you know, I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Jim Lampley was asked how Terence Crawford at 147 would have looked against Floyd Mayweather at his peak, and he replied that it would have been a very different type of battle. He pointed out that unlike Errol Spence, who came in believing he was equally as strong offensively as Crawford and found out the hard way on fight night, Mayweather never believed that. Floyd always saw himself as a back foot counterpuncher rather than a forward-pressing one. No matter what he accomplished against opponents like Diego Corrales, Lampley claimed that Mayweather's dominance was a different kind of performance, comparing his one-sided victories as more of a paint job in contrast to Crawford's devastating exhibition.
It's a completely different fight, all right, because Spence has been given to believe that he's every bit as good an offensive fighter as Terence Crawford or anybody else that he's going to be in with. So he learned something different Saturday night. But Floyd Mayweather never disabused himself of the understanding that he was a more of a backup counterpuncher than a go-forward counterpuncher, regardless of what he did to Diego Corrales. And that's a different kind of approach and effect than what Crawford achieved the other night. So that a Floyd Mayweather beatdown or one-sided win was much more of a paint job than what Crawford.
Timothy Bradley expressed his thoughts on a hypothetical fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, stating that while Floyd is clearly one of the greatest to ever step into the ring, he would lean toward Crawford in that scenario. Bradley said that Crawford's adaptability, counterpunching, and ability to vary stances provide him with all the tools he needs to cause severe difficulties for Mayweather. He emphasized Floyd's struggles in the early rounds against Zab Judah, a talented fighter, but not on Crawford's level, and remarked that Mayweather was frequently nervous versus southpaws, occasionally overreaching with his right hand. According to Bradley, making that error against a skilled back foot counterpuncher like Crawford could result in Floyd being clipped and possibly knocked out.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand the way he reaches with that.
Terence Crawford, on the other hand, replied to the repeated comparisons to Floyd Mayweather by claiming that Mayweather was the greatest fighter of his time. While he considered himself the greatest fighter of his own era, he noted that their legacies should not be compared because they attained excellence at different times, making their accomplishments unique in their own right.
This is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Furthermore, when asked who would win in a bout against a prime Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford boldly declared that he would win hands down. He acknowledged Mayweather as one of his favorite boxers, but highlighted that his self-belief is unwavering, stating that he will always trust his own abilities over anyone else's.
You think wins in a fight, you or prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Terence Crawford also commended Floyd Mayweather, claiming that even in a prime versus prime fight with Manny Pacquiao, Floyd would have won. He explained that Mayweather dominated his era and that no fighter at 140 or 147 could have defeated him at his peak. Crawford respected Floyd's passion, noting that boxing was more than simply training for him. It was his entire existence. And from the start, he set out to be the best.
Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, I mean, what, because, and I told people to say, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the best.
Following his catastrophic loss to Terence Terence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr. was asked to compare himself to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Spence answered by stating that he believes Crawford is far superior to Mayweather, emphasizing that Crawford's skill set and overall abilities exceed even what Floyd brought to the ring.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Shane Mosley weighed in on the Crawford versus Mayweather argument, claiming Terence Crawford is a better fighter. He argued that Crawford's size, reach, and ability to maneuver effortlessly across weight classes make him a better all-around boxer. While Mosley acknowledged Mayweather's prowess and unrivaled record, he claimed that Crawford's physical advantages and adaptability would make it difficult for Floyd to counter effectively. Mosley believed that Crawford's attributes would give him an advantage in a head-to-head contest, allowing him to maintain control.
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Showtime's analyst dissected the Crawford-Mayweather discussion by distinguishing between being greater and being better. He explained that it is more reflective of Floyd's heritage and resume, which clearly advantage him, but that Terence Crawford has just proven himself to be the better fighter with his most recent achievement, drawing a comparison to Sugar Ray Leonard stepping up after a long absence to defeat Marvin Hagler. He pointed out that Crawford had never competed at middleweight and only once at super welterweight before moving up to 168 pounds to face one of the greatest super middleweights and middleweights of all time. A current undisputed champion and pound-for-pound icon, the analyst stressed that this kind of daring leap was unprecedented and something Floyd Mayweather would never have tried.
Terence Bud Crawford, greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather. Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit.
Redmond Edwards stated that a bout between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would have been incredibly close because they both excel in various areas, but he advised fans to stop comparing them and instead allow Crawford to enjoy his own success. He stated that the clash was never possible because they hail from different periods, with Floyd affiliated with PBC and Crawford being about a decade younger. Edwards also attacked the way legends like Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. have been publicly attacking each other, claiming that younger boxers look up to them and that such behavior sets a bad example.
Remember, Canelo, that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
What was Canelo? 21,
yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Jeff Mayweather reflected on Floyd Mayweather's bout with Canelo Alvarez, reminding fans that the outcome was a majority decision only because Judge C.J. Ross controversially rated it even. While the other two judges clearly saw Floyd as the winner, he stressed Canelo's inexperience at the time, as he was only 23, while Floyd was 36 and at the top of his game. Jeff noted that despite Floyd's overpowering performance, the young Canelo was able to push him into deep waters, demonstrating the talent and danger he already possessed at that point in his career. Sean Porter addressed the frequent similarities between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, acknowledging the argument over who would win a head-to-head fight. He agreed there is no simple answer, but complimented Crawford as a brilliant strategist who constantly finds solutions in the ring, comparing him to a chess player with a high boxing IQ. Porter noted that Crawford is the only other fighter frequently mentioned in that manner, but highlighted that every era has an OG who cannot be outsmarted. and in his opinion, that figure is Floyd Mayweather.
The comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer it, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure.
That's all for today's video. So, what are your feelings about this? What are your thoughts on Crawford versus Mayweather? We'd love to hear your opinions on this matchup. Please share your ideas in the comments section. And if you love the video, subscribe and like it. Also, check out our other videos on the screen. Music